Big picture, and welcome again. Akon, nice to have you along again.
Thank you. Well found.
Firstly, I want to talk to you about this headline today. I've just been reading. Google goes up against Amazon in billion-dollar race to get your DNA into the cloud. And a little strapline here which says, it's hoped it will help doctors create personalized treatment plans. A nice thought, but obviously a shadow there to hide a more sinister theme here,
Even before we get to that point, let's think about it. Amazon, Google,
who are they?
which of them provide health services?
Absolutely.
Which of them?
Yeah.
Which of them sell health services? I mean, if there's one that can help me with my voice, I can, use it.
If I knew, I'd certainly help you, my friend. But yeah, of course, these are massive companies. They're in it for the money. There's something in it for them.
They have to.
Oh, they
there
wouldn't
has
be
to
doing
be
it.
something. If it were a charity, they wouldn't be racing for it.
No.
They would have just done it and just shown that they done it for good.
Yeah. 18 billion, they reckon, in the next couple of
18
years.
billion.
18 billion could be up for grabs with this in the next few years.
DNA up in the cloud so that doctors can prepare personalized treatment.
Well, yeah.
Which means personalized weapons, biological weapons, by the way.
It's choosing your words correctly here, isn't it? I'm sure they
Exactly.
could be right here, but I mean, we're looking at also creating off-the-peg identities, choose the sex of your child, creating doubles of people. We can offer cures for anything, but it's going to be
Creating
at a
doubles
price.
of people?
Yeah.
Isn't this what ethical code was created for, about cloning?
Well, is it right?
Well, having an ethical code on technology? Well, that's a very good question. Plus, which country's government would you like to have your DNA be handed to?
Well, I don't think I'd like my DNA basically handed to anybody. It's mine.
Why not?
It's mine.
Why did you have children?
Well, I had children because I enjoyed having children at the time. Let's be honest. That's why we all have children in the beginning. Sure, okay, but no, I think it's unethical. All this is a load of rubbish, and I can't understand Google and Amazon sort of vying for this, and I'm spending billions and billions of dollars on it. Anyway, the hidden agenda I wanted to talk to you about today. This is something I've been thinking about recently. Is God a sales director? Is the world his sales environment? And are we the sales executives of all this? Everything we do is flawed with competition. We sell ourselves to survive. We compete for a better life. Material things are our goal. What is this world? I mean, people say, this is a wonderful world and we are free. What a bag of shite. What an absolute load of rubbish. What is going on in this world?
I think you're mistaking nature with culture. Culture is what you're talking about.
Culture is overwhelming nature.
And that is not created by God. It is created by humans.
Is it? But
Yes, it is. Was there any kind of... I'm sorry.
You sound very, very Barry White here today.
Yeah, I know. I'll try to be around here somewhere. It doesn't really sound good. Anyway, have you seen any kind of animal having this kind of a talk?
Sure. No, I haven't. No, and no
And-
animals acting like we do.
It is changing with the time. And we only see it in humans with the time and technology. So it is created by people, by
Sure.
humans.
We are the intelligent, the intellectual animal on the planet, as we would like to believe. But is this what being intellectual really is, the way we are?
Not really. Because
We're wrecking our lives, never mind
you-
making things better.
don't take God or creationism or deities or, let's say, any kind of spiritual belief. Don't give any regard to that.
Confuse that with what's happening in the
Don't
world.
think about it at all. Just let's be materialistic.
Okay.
The world, the earth, Mother Nature. How is it? What is the system?
The system reproduces. It just goes
it
on
just
and on.
goes. Something dies, something born, something eats the other. And it is in a perfect cycle. It just goes on. And it flourishes in a balance. We break that balance with culture, with technology. It is created by men, for men. That's why if you call God a salesman, he is a very bad one.
Would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Because
would be.
this system is based upon entropy. And we just mistook the whole nature of us
Yeah.
and I think, abused it. We could have done a lot better. We will do a lot better.
You know, we all say, we all believe, we all like to think, oh yes, I believe in something, and you know, and I'm a good person. But how many people on this planet really are good people?
Enough of them are.
There's a lot of bad. There's a lot of bad ones about it as well. There's not bad ones, but there's a lot of people who seek something different.
Let's say the ones who don't break the balance don't stand out.
Yeah,
Either
true enough,
positive or
yeah.
negative. If you don't break the balance in a really positive way, you stand out from the crowd with your positive attitude, with your being betterness than yourself, than the truth, being committed to the truth. You don't stand out. That's why you don't count it. You yourself don't count them.
Yeah.
When you count some people and call them bad and you think you're surrounded by them, it is because they stand out and you are clearer than you were before. That's why you notice them more.
Certainly, you know that's a very good way of putting it. You know, I notice this in every walk of life. I teach, and children I teach who misbehave or who act differently in the class to the ones who are pretty quiet and get on with their work and do their job. They're the names I remember. All the good kids, I forget the names. So it's a true analysis.
You call the rule breakers the bad ones and the law-abiding citizens the good ones.
Yeah.
Maybe the guys that don't do the work are beyond work. How do you assess their situation? Almost every prodigy in this world was out of the schooling system.
Yeah.
Because they didn't fit in.
Yeah.
Remember the 11 to 12-year-old kid who had higher IQ than Einstein and proved Newton wrong?
Yeah.
He's up for Nobel in his, later coming years. But he was diagnosed with autism, and the teachers told the parents that he would never even tie his own shoe, let alone being a physics professor now at the age of 12. He is. And he's not tying his shoes. He's wearing sandals.
Expensive ones as well.
Not really. Not really. No. He's totally beyond that.
We have an ability as human beings to we live in the now, in the present, but we have an ability to relive what's happened. Okay?
Remember.
Rememberness. We have that, but we don't have an ability to see in the future. Well, most of us don't. Okay, we have these people who can predict what's happening. Prophets who have been pretty close to the Mayan people, for instance. They were pretty close because when they said their calendar was ending and it was the end of the world, from what's been happening since then, they were right. They were correct. It's a change. But maybe there's a reason for this. Maybe we can't see into the future because we are not supposed to see what really is going to happen. And we talk about today about running out of things, running out of natural resources. But the fact is, if we weren't supposed to run out of natural resources, we wouldn't. They're running out because they should run out, Maybe this world is heading for Armageddon and we're not supposed to know about it.
What does Armageddon we talked about this before. What does Armageddon mean? The rising. It means the rising.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
The rising.
The rising.
In that voice, that's pretty scary.
Armageddon is the rising of human consciousness. And we are now living in the Armageddon times. It's the end of times. End of times doesn't mean the time has ended. Yes, the time has ended, but timing of time has ended. It's another time. When a calendar year ends, do you feel bad for it?
No, not at all.
You just know that a new time, a better time, or something else is coming because it's progression, it's flow. Think about it this way. Time is the flow within a tube. You have the ability to get out of the tube because you are the tube. This reality, this frequency is limited by an upper and lower frequency limit. That is the tube that time flows in. If you raise your frequency or if you lower your frequency, time changes. We know that by gravity.
Yep.
Higher gravity causes time to go really fast or really slow. Depends on where you're coming from. Is time fast for the ones who are there, or Earth minutes are sometimes millions of years for some space beings?
Certainly, yeah.
That's just theorizing it. But still, time is just relevant for humans.
There was an article posted on my LinkedIn page this week about the population hitting 9 billion by 2050. And the question was, how are we going to feed them?
We going to feed them?
How are we going to feed them?
What kind of an arrogance is that? How are we going to feed? What the fuck you think you are? You're not feeding anyone. Who's asking the question?
This was just from an article I
know,
read.
but
I didn't actually look, but I
please
just read
find the
headline.
address for me. I'll go ask him myself. Who is that guy feeding himself? We're not feeding anyone. We're not producing for people. Who is doing that? No country.
No, sure.
The ones who see progress in technology and only in technology think that genetically modified
Yeah.
foods are good because it's better for feeding the poor. Who is doing it? They just produce more so that they can sell more.
Yeah.
It's just the theory of it. It's the concept of it. It's the ideology of it. Nothing else. What kind of arrogance is that?
Well-
How are we going to feed these people? You're not feeding anyone.
Yeah.
They're not yours to feed. You are just living with them. How are you feeding yourself?
Yeah, and I was going
This question just entails another, actually. How are we going to feed them? This means, is there going to be enough food for me? Go to the field and grow your own food. That's when you know you have enough. Don't try to buy them in a grocery store. That's when you know that you're not being fed lies, culture, money, everything else.
Well-
you are being fed all those. Rise, people. The Armageddon is
Yeah.
near.
As I was saying,
My voice is just putting me off, man.
why should we care about that? Why should we care about it? I mean, if there's 25 million people on the planet, billion
And
people, it's meant to happen. It's going
what's
to
the
happen.
time? What's the time frame there? 2050, right?
2050, yeah. So you're looking
35
at,
years
yeah,
from now.
35 years, yeah.
Who says that he's going to be alive by then?
Who says any of us are going to be alive by then?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we talk about it all the time. Everything is in a perfect balance.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I was going to actually say to you, humans seem to be in an uproar about the future, about this, what's really going on, what's going to be happening. But does it matter? It's whatever's happening in this world, in nature, as
It's
far as I'm
happening
concerned,
now.
is meant to happen. Is happening, not for a reason. It's meant to happen. And the world will go on, life will go on the way it is.
If you are sad or if you're just worried or if you just fear the match burning, how are you going to light a fire without that match? Some things
not gonna
have-
happen, yeah.
Some things have to burn
Yeah.
in order for us to learn. Humans have to die.
I mean, recorded that. That's fine. We'll keep that.
I really like that in this voice. Let me do it this way. You know, this is all about being alive, man. Having humor in everything. We're talking about some people think it's serious stuff, but we're not serious.
No, sure, certainly not. No.
I may sound serious though. Some things have to burn so that we can learn. No, I didn't like it. Anyway, it was really
It
good by
actually
then.
sounded better when it just
Yeah.
came off the top of your head and you weren't thinking
Exactly,
about it.
because I was not trying to, impress anyone, especially
you weren't trying to be
myself.
Barry White there, were you, when you first said it?
I'm a little white for Barry White. I'm less American than he is.
With what's happening at the moment, we might not be around with all these earth shiftings and polarizing.
And not because we die. Let's think about it this way. What happened to Mayans? They just vanished.
They just weren't. Yeah,
What happened to the Atlanteans?
Just seemed to disappear. Yeah.
Disappear.
Yeah.
The remains are underwater. The remains are there in the jungle. They're there. The people are gone. Where they go, we don't know. What are they for us? The past. Do they still exist? They are an idea in our heads. They exist as the past timeline. The past of a timeline. We will be like that. We will just vanish from this world. Anyone who dies lives on in memory, but not in the memory that they created, in the memory of the living, which is rewritten every time it is remembered.
Every time this happens, I mean, this obviously happens. The times they've been digging, they've gone diving looking for things, and they found cities and underground. It happens all the time. The water levels are rising. The ice caps are melting because they're supposed to. It's the start maybe of another era, another chapter. Everything's changing.
Yeah, when you look at it from a moment-to-moment perspective, nothing is changing. But on a grand scale, everything is changing. The shift is more real than you can imagine. And your lifetime is just a fraction of it. Humans have to die for humanity to thrive. Why do humans have to die for humanity to thrive? It's like this. For humanity to learn something is good, something is bad, something is, people lose their lives. Losing a life, it's not even yours. You just come and go.
Yeah.
You are one in some billions. Think about all the population that was born and died. If there were no reincarnation, let's assume that nobody comes back on this planet ever again. New people are born with new identities. It doesn't make sense. When you think of it that way, dying is the end for you. That's why you want to make the best of your time. Maybe that is the reason that we don't remember that we lived some other lifetimes. That's how you reach somewhere you beyond your being.
As you get older, you forget in your living years what happened to you many, many, many years ago.
Not many years ago. Sometimes you don't remember your breakfast.
I have flashbacks about certain parts of my childhood. I don't remember much about it at all.
There's another quote that I like. It's like this. Your life is not a culmination of total moments that you took a breath. It is a collection of moments that took your breath away. Those are the ones that you remember, not the ones that you just live by. That's why you have to live in the moment. Living in the moment is not be all, fuck it all. It means be the best that you can ever be.
Yeah.
Any given moment. Life is a choice. Life is the choice that you make. You can die any second if you choose to. Why don't you choose to die? Why do you survive?
And why we were talking before about the people who were saying, how are we going to feed all these 9 billion people in 2050 if
I know how.
Don't want to do that?
Take their DNA, upload them to the cloud, pay them money, because it's 18 billion. There you have it.
Think about that one. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll let you rest your voice now.
Hope.